Isn't that more than you possibly wanted to know? Let's focus on the here and now with a little bit of yesterday's politics. Let's hear now from Andrew.
Nein, du kannst das nicht machen!
No, Andrew Klein. Anyway, let's move now to politics and the SNL influence.
Sorry.
Anyways.
This mock debate has become part of the American vocabulary used to critique the political race and has become a platform to discuss sexism. The TV show, The View, has incorporated Saturday Night Live into their show and used it as their discussion focus. The simple fact that the SNL skit would be critiqued and discussed in other shows demonstrates the influence the skit has on popular culture is relatively large. The impact of Saturday Night Live is far-reaching indeed. According to Joe Saltzman, primetime TV expert and a professor in the USC Annenberg School for Communication, the perception that the news media was being particularly harsh on Clinton and easier on Obama was given more credence by the SNL sketch implying that the news media was coddling Obama and overly critical of Clinton. It hit a nerve and had more influence because of it, especially among voters under 40, who watched that program on a regular basis. The impact of the SNL skit on the media bias towards one candidate versus another really demonstrates credibility of SNL as a popular culture influence in general. Just try to think of why candidates are paying such attention to their comedy doppelgangers and what they hope to find in Studio H, where Saturday Night Live is produced, that they can't get on CNN. This sort of publicity appeals more to the light-spirited audience and makes the political race less based on logic and more on image. This image-based societal view isn't really no surprise. Ever since the Nixon-Kennedy debate, the political power of public image became well known. With a huge public image emphasis, it is no wonder that the political figures of today are attempting to appeal to the younger audiences through comedy programs like Saturday Night Live, along with showing that the politician is current with today's world and not just sitting behind a desk. This endeavor allows a politician to look more fun and appealing to the Millennial and Generation X generations. Perhaps we as a society just value humor more than we used to, but we have given comedy stations more and more of our attention. This can be shown by the increase in political figures guest starring on comedy shows, such as Sarah Palin and John McCain's guest starring on Saturday Night Live before the 2008 elections, and Sarah Palin's introduction to Saturday Night Live soon after the mock Palin-Clinton debate. Other political renditions, such as the Palin-Biden debate and the McCain-Obama debate, have also been conducted by Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live isn't unique in its comical satire of political news. Entire comedy programs have been created to humorously portray the political scenes of today, such as The Colbert Report and The Daily Show. With the additional comedy news reports to the political, foreign policy, and celebrity realms, it is increasingly important to keep fact from fiction. It is imperative to separate the astonishingly true number of calories Michael Phelps eats a day, 12,000, from the alleged diet that includes a barrel of fettuccine alfredo and a full pig in a blanket. It is imperative to distinguish the true statement that China is gaining a large amount of promissory notes from the United States from the representation that the United States is doing sex to China and exploiting their willingness to give. This determining of fact from fiction is relatively easy in Saturday Night Live, for now. But misrepresentations of political ideals are common, such as the representation that Sarah Palin doesn't know what she's talking about and is a dumb bikini model, or that Hillary Clinton is just an ugly hag that is greedy to be president. The overall effect can't really be measured, but the increase of political figures' attendance in entertainment-based programs shows that the belief is that they do influence the mind of the viewers. It is as if politicians realize that we as a society don't care to watch the depressing news of CNN anymore. And in response, politicians chose to invade our popular culture. Saturday Night Live is a prime example of political and popular culture mix. So, my fellow citizens, before we end for tonight, I have a challenge for you. I challenge you to suffer through the sight of political icons and watch Saturday Night Live this Saturday. to do your civic duty and watch slightly educational television.
And live from the Burbs, it's
Lance and the Remaining Andrews.